The Detachment Power, How Letting Go Can Help You Manifest Your Dreams. Written and published by Mindsmore. Have you ever felt like you're chasing a carrot dangling on a stick? You strain and strive, reaching for that elusive goal, that dream just out of grasp. You think, if I just get that promotion, find that perfect partner, manifest that dream house, then I'll be happy. But what if I told you that this very pursuit, this relentless chase fueled by attachment, is actually pushing away the very things you desire most? Welcome to the Detachment Power. This isn't a book about giving up on your dreams. Quite the opposite. It's about discovering a powerful, almost magical, way to achieve them by surrendering to a force far greater than your own willpower. It's about releasing the tight grip of control and stepping into a flow of effortless manifestation. Imagine a leaf falling from a tree. It doesn't resist gravity, doesn't cling to the branch, doesn't frantically calculate its trajectory. It simply lets go, trusting the wind to carry it where it needs to be. This is the essence of detachment. Within these pages, we'll unravel the intricate dance between desire and letting go. We'll explore why we cling so tightly to outcomes, and how this attachment creates resistance, blocking the very things we yearn for. We'll delve into the surprising truth that by releasing our grip, by embracing uncertainty, by trusting in the wisdom of the universe, we open ourselves to a world of unimaginable possibilities. This is an invitation to a journey of profound transformation, a journey that will challenge your beliefs, expand your awareness, and empower you to create a life of greater peace, joy, and abundance. Are you ready to let go and allow the magic to unfold? We appreciate your support in helping us produce more content for you, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Chapter 1. The Illusion of Control. I've got this. We humans, we love to be in the driver's seat. It's exhilarating, isn't it? To grip the wheel, chart the course, and feel the power of steering our lives exactly where we want them to go. We crave that sense of mastery, that feeling of I've got this. From meticulously planning our careers to curating the perfect Instagram feed, we're obsessed with control. But what if this very obsession, this deep-seated need to orchestrate every aspect of our existence, is actually an illusion? What if, by clinging so tightly to the reins, we're actually preventing ourselves from reaching our true destination? Think about it. How often have you meticulously planned something, only to have life throw you a curveball? You map out the perfect career path, and then the market crashes. You envision a fairy tale wedding, and then your partner gets cold feet. You save diligently for that dream house, and then bam. Unexpected medical bills wipe out your savings. It's frustrating, isn't it? Like you're playing a game where the rules keep changing. Here's the truth. Life is inherently unpredictable. It's a wild, messy, beautiful dance of chaos and order, of unexpected twists and turns. And the harder we try to control it, the more it seems to slip through our fingers. It's like trying to hold onto a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it escapes. This illusion of control is deeply ingrained in us. From a young age, we're taught to set goals, make plans, and strive for achievement. We're praised for our discipline, our ability to make things happen. But this conditioning often leads us to believe that we have more power over external circumstances than we actually do. We fall into the trap of thinking that if we just work hard enough, plan meticulously enough, and push hard enough, we can bend the universe to our will. But the universe has a mind of its own. This isn't to say that we're powerless. We absolutely have the ability to make choices, to take action, to shape our lives in meaningful ways. But true power lies not in forcing outcomes, but in aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life. It's about recognizing that we're part of something larger than ourselves, a grand cosmic dance where surrender is not weakness, but the ultimate form of strength. Think of a surfer riding a wave. Does she try to control the ocean? Does she dictate the size and shape of the wave? Of course not. She learns to read the ocean's rhythm, to feel its energy, to move in harmony with its power. She surrenders to the wave, allowing it to carry her to shore. This is the essence of detachment, letting go of the need to control, to manipulate, to force things to be a certain way. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan, even if we can't see the whole picture. It's about releasing our grip on the outcome and embracing the journey with open arms. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but if I let go of control, won't I just become passive? Won't I end up drifting aimlessly through life? Absolutely not. Detachment is not apathy. It's not about giving up on your dreams or resigning yourself to mediocrity. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Detachment is about taking inspired action, guided by intuition and a deep trust in the unfolding of life. It's about setting intentions, making choices, and pursuing your goals with passion and purpose, while simultaneously releasing the need to control the outcome. It's about dancing with life, not wrestling with it. When we release the illusion of control, something magical happens. We open ourselves to a world of possibilities that we couldn't have imagined when our minds were fixated on a single outcome. We become more receptive to synchronicities, to those serendipitous moments that seem to guide us towards our highest good. We tap into a flow state where effortless action and unexpected opportunities converge. This shift in perspective can be transformative. It can free us from the anxiety and frustration that come with trying to force things to be a certain way. It can bring a sense of peace and ease into our lives, even amidst chaos and uncertainty. And paradoxically, it can actually help us manifest our desires with greater ease and grace. So how do we begin to dismantle this illusion of control? How do we loosen our grip and embrace the unpredictable nature of life? That's what we'll explore in the chapters to come. But for now, simply begin to notice where you're clinging, where you're trying to force things to be different than they are. Observe the thoughts and emotions that arise when things don't go according to plan. And most importantly, start to cultivate a sense of curiosity about what might happen if you were to simply let go. The journey towards detachment is a process, not a destination. It's about gradually releasing the need to control, to micromanage, to dictate the terms of your existence. It's about learning to trust the wisdom of the universe, to surrender to the flow of life, and to embrace the unknown with open arms. And as you embark on this journey, you may just discover that the most powerful thing you can do is let go. Chapter 2. The magnetic pull of attachment. Why do we cling? Why do we grasp and grip, white-knuckled, onto outcomes as if our very lives depend on them? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and spiritual seekers for centuries. And it's a question that lies at the heart of understanding the detachment paradox. The truth is, attachment is a powerful force, a deep-seated instinct woven into the fabric of our being. It's a primal drive rooted in the very essence of survival. Think about it as infants. We're completely dependent on others for our basic needs. We cling to our caregivers for nourishment, comfort, and protection. This early experience imprints upon us a profound understanding attachment equals survival. As we grow, this primal need for attachment evolves and expands. We attach to our possessions, our relationships, our identities, our beliefs. We cling to the familiar, the comfortable, the predictable, because they provide us with a sense of security in a world that often feels uncertain and chaotic. But here's the paradox. While attachment may offer a temporary illusion of safety, it ultimately creates a prison of our own making. It traps us in a cycle of craving and clinging, of fear and anxiety. It keeps us tethered to the past, afraid to let go of what we know, even when it no longer serves us. One of the biggest reasons we cling to outcomes is the fear of loss. We're terrified of losing what we have, of things not going according to plan. We fear failure, rejection, disappointment. We fear the unknown, the void that might open up if we let go of what we hold dear. This fear is often fueled by our ego, that part of us that craves validation, recognition, and control. The ego wants to be right, to be in charge, to be seen as successful. It thrives on certainty and predictability. And when things don't go according to the ego's plan, It throws a tantrum, clinging even tighter to its illusions of control. Our attachment is also deeply influenced by societal conditioning. We live in a culture that glorifies achievement, acquisition, and external validation. We're bombarded with messages that tell us we need to be more, do more, have more. We're taught to strive for success, to compete with others, to measure our worth by our accomplishments and possessions. This relentless pursuit of more creates a constant state of dissatisfaction. We're always chasing the next goal, the next milestone, the next shiny object. We become addicted to the dopamine rush of achievement, but the satisfaction is fleeting. And so we cling even tighter to the belief that if we just achieve that next thing, then we'll finally be happy. But true happiness, true fulfillment, cannot be found in external achievements or possessions. It can only be found within. It's a state of being, not a destination. And ironically, the more we attach to external outcomes, the further we move away from this inner peace. Think of it like this. Imagine you're holding a beautiful butterfly in your hand. You're mesmerized by its delicate wings, its vibrant colors. But the more you squeeze, the more you try to control its movements, the more likely you are to crush it. True appreciation, true enjoyment, comes from allowing the butterfly to be free, to fly on its own terms. Similarly, when we cling to outcomes, we stifle the very things we desire. We create resistance, blocking the natural flow of abundance and joy. We become so focused on the destination that we miss the beauty of the journey. So how do we break free from this magnetic pull of attachment? How do we release our grip and embrace the freedom of letting go? It starts with awareness. Begin to notice your own patterns of attachment. Pay attention to the thoughts and emotions that arise when things don't go according to plan. Observe the ways in which you cling to relationships, possessions, beliefs, and identities. The more aware you become of your own attachments, the more empowered you are to choose differently. You can begin to question the stories you're telling yourself about what you need to be happy. You can challenge the societal conditioning that tells you your worth is measured by your achievements. You can start to cultivate a sense of inner security that doesn't depend on external validation. This is not an easy process. Attachment is a deeply ingrained habit, a survival mechanism that has served us well for millennia. But by understanding the roots of our clinging, by recognizing the illusions that keep us trapped, we can begin to loosen our grip and step into a new way of being. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to reframe our relationship with control, transforming surrender from an act of weakness into a source of profound strength. But for now, simply observe the magnetic pull of attachment in your own life. Become aware of the ways in which it shapes your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And begin to ask yourself, what would it be like to let go? What would it feel like to trust the unfolding of life, even without knowing the final destination? The answers, as you'll soon discover, are more liberating than you could ever imagine. Chapter 3. When Manifestation Misfires. We've all been there. Eyes squeezed shut, clutching a vision board with the ferocity of a hawk snatching its prey. I will get that promotion, we whisper. I will attract my soulmate. I will manifest that beachfront condo. But then, crickets. The promotion goes to someone else, the dating apps yield nothing but duds, and the condo remains stubbornly out of reach. Sound familiar? This is a classic case of manifestation misfiring. It's what happens when our desires become demands. Our intentions morph into obsessions, and our visualizations are laced with desperation instead of joyful anticipation. It's the law of attraction gone awry, a cosmic boomerang where our tightly wound energy repels rather than attracts. The truth is, the universe doesn't respond well to demands. It's not a cosmic vending machine where we insert our desires and receive instant gratification. Instead, it operates on principles of harmony, alignment, and flow. When we approach manifestation from a place of lack, fear, or desperation, we create resistance, disrupting this natural flow. It's like trying to force a river to flow uphill. It simply won't work. Let's look at some common ways manifestation goes off the rails. 1. The if only trap. This is the classic if only I had fill in the blank, then I'd be happy scenario. We convince ourselves that our happiness hinges on a specific outcome, whether it's a new job, a romantic partner, or a certain amount of money in the bank. This type of thinking keeps us perpetually stuck in a state of lack, focused on what we don't have rather than appreciating what we do have. It's a recipe for frustration and disappointment. 2. The forceful visualizer. Visualization is a powerful tool for manifestation, but it can backfire when it becomes fueled by force rather than faith. If your visualizations are laced with anxiety, desperation, or a sense of I need this to happen, you're likely creating more resistance than attraction. True manifestation flows from a place of relaxed receptivity, of trusting that the universe will deliver in its own perfect timing. 3. The comparison game. Social media has amplified our tendency to compare ourselves to others, leading to a perpetual sense of not enough. We see someone else's picture-perfect vacation, their thriving business, their seemingly effortless success, and we feel a pang of envy, a sense of lack. This comparison game throws our energy out of whack, making it difficult to manifest our own desires. Remember, everyone is on their own unique journey. Focus on your own path and celebrate your own successes, no matter how small. 4. The why isn't this happening? Spiral. When we become overly attached to a specific outcome, we tend to obsess over it, constantly checking for signs, wondering when it will finally manifest. This impatience and anxiety create a vortex of negative energy, pushing away the very thing we desire. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it's sprouted yet. Trust the process, nurture your intentions, and allow the universe to work its magic. 5. The I'll believe it when I see it mindset. This is a common stumbling block for many people. We struggle to truly believe that we can manifest our desires until we see tangible evidence. But the truth is, belief is a prerequisite for manifestation. We need to cultivate a deep-seated faith that what we desire is already on its way, even if we can't see it yet. This requires a shift in perspective, from focusing on the lack to embracing the possibility. So how do we avoid these manifestation mishaps? It all comes back to detachment. It's about releasing the grip of desperation, the need to control, the obsession with a specific outcome. It's about shifting from a place of lack to a place of abundance, from fear to faith, from force to flow. Here are a few tips to help you steer clear of manifestation misfires. Focus on the feeling, not just the form. Instead of fixating on a specific outcome, connect with the feeling you want to experience. If you desire a new job, focus on the feeling of fulfillment, purpose, and abundance that it will bring. Practice gratitude for what you already have. Cultivating gratitude shifts your energy from lack to abundance, making you a magnet for more good things to come your way. Surrender to the timing of the universe. Trust that the universe has a plan, and that your desires will manifest in the perfect timing. Release the need to control the when and how. Detach from the outcome. Focus on enjoying the journey, the process of growth and expansion, rather than obsessing over the destination. Believe in your own power to manifest. Cultivate a deep-seated faith that you are worthy and capable of creating the life you desire. Manifestation is not about manipulating the universe to get what you want. It's about aligning your energy with your desires, creating a vibrational match that allows them to flow into your reality. And the key to this alignment is detachment. By releasing the grip of control, by trusting in the wisdom of the universe, by embracing the unknown with open arms, you open yourself to a world of infinite possibilities. So let go of the need to force, to control, to demand. Surrender to the flow, trust the process, and watch as the magic unfolds. Chapter 4. Detachment, not apathy, but freedom. Let's clear the air right away. Detachment is not about becoming a passive observer in the grand theater of life. It's not about adopting a whatever happens, happens attitude and slumping onto the couch with a bag of chips, surrendering to a life of quiet resignation. No, detachment is far from being synonymous with apathy. In fact, it's the key to unlocking a vibrant, fulfilling life overflowing with purpose and passion. Think of it this way. Imagine a sailboat caught in a storm. The captain, who clings rigidly to a predetermined course, refusing to adjust the sails or navigate around the tempest, risks being capsized by the sheer force of the gale. But the captain who understands the power of detachment, who adapts to the changing winds and currents, who uses their knowledge and intuition to navigate the storm, will not only survive but thrive, emerging stronger and wiser on the other side. Detachment, in its truest form, is an act of liberation. It's about releasing the shackles of fear, worry, and the need to control every outcome. It's about freeing yourself from the limiting beliefs and expectations that keep you tethered to a life less than what you deserve. It's about embracing the unknown with a sense of adventure, trusting that the universe has a plan far grander than your own limited perspective. This doesn't mean you abandon your goals or desires. Quite the contrary. Detachment allows you to pursue them with a renewed sense of clarity and purpose, unburdened by the weight of expectation and the fear of failure. It's about setting your intentions, taking inspired action, and then releasing your grip on the outcome, allowing the universe to orchestrate the details in its own magnificent way. Think of a gardener planting a seed. They carefully prepare the soil, nurture the seedling with water and sunlight, and tend to it with love and care. But they don't dig it up every day to check on its progress, anxiously fretting over whether it will sprout. They trust the natural process of growth, knowing that with the right conditions, the seed will blossom in its own time. Similarly, when we approach our goals with detachment, we create the fertile ground for them to flourish. We nurture our intentions with focused action and positive energy, and then we surrender to the timing of the universe, trusting that the fruits of our labor will manifest when the conditions are ripe. Detachment is not about giving up, it's about showing up fully, with passion and purpose, while simultaneously releasing the need to control the outcome. It's about embracing the journey, savoring each step, and finding joy in the process of creation, regardless of the final destination. This shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. It allows you to step out of the role of the victim, constantly battling against forces beyond your control, and into the role of the co-creator, working in harmony with the universe to manifest your dreams. Here are a few ways that detachment can liberate you. Freedom from fear. When you release the need to control every outcome, you also release the fear of failure, rejection, and disappointment. You become free to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to pursue your passions without the crippling weight of anxiety. Increased resilience. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Detachment allows you to navigate these challenges with grace and resilience, knowing that you have the inner strength to adapt and thrive, no matter what comes your way. Enhance creativity. When you're not fixated on a specific outcome, your mind becomes more open to new possibilities, new ideas, and new ways of thinking. This fosters creativity and innovation, allowing you to tap into your full potential. Deeper connections. Detachment in relationships allows for greater authenticity and vulnerability. When you release the need to control or change others, you create space for deeper, more meaningful connections. Inner peace. Perhaps most importantly, detachment brings a sense of inner peace and tranquility. When you're not constantly striving, worrying, and clinging, you create space for stillness, for joy, for a deep connection to the present moment. Detachment is not a passive resignation to fate. It's an active embrace of life's inherent uncertainty. It's about recognizing that true power lies not in forcing outcomes, but in aligning yourself with the natural flow of the universe. It's about surrendering to the dance of life, with all its twists and turns, its highs and lows, its moments of joy and sorrow. And as you embrace this dance, as you release the illusion of control and step into the freedom of detachment, you'll discover a world of infinite possibilities, a life overflowing with purpose, passion, and profound peace. Chapter 5. The Energetics of Letting Go. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the vibe? Maybe it was a tense meeting where you could practically cut the air with a knife, or a joyous celebration where laughter and warmth radiated through the space. We intuitively understand that emotions have a palpable energy, a ripple effect that extends beyond our individual selves. This, in essence, is the foundation of understanding the energetics of letting go. The universe, at its core, is energy. Everything around us, from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy, vibrates with a unique frequency. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are no exception. They generate energetic ripples that interact with the universal field, influencing the reality we experience. When we cling tightly to outcomes, fueled by fear, worry, or desperation, we create a dense, constricted energy. This energy acts like a blockage, disrupting the natural flow of abundance and hindering our ability to manifest our desires. It's like trying to transmit a radio signal through a thick wall. The message gets distorted, muffled, or lost altogether. On the other hand, when we practice detachment, when we release the need to control and surrender to the wisdom of the universe, our energy becomes light, expansive, and receptive. This creates a clear channel for our desires to manifest, like tuning into a radio station with perfect clarity. Think of it like this. Imagine a calm, still pond. When you toss a pebble into the water, it creates ripples that spread outwards, disturbing the tranquility. Similarly, when we cling to outcomes, our anxious energy creates ripples of resistance in the universal field, disrupting the natural flow of manifestation. But now imagine that same pond, but instead of a pebble, you gently place a leaf on its surface. The leaf floats effortlessly, creating barely a ripple, allowing the pond to maintain its serene stillness. This is the energy of detachment, gentle, receptive, and in harmony with the natural flow. When we approach life with this kind of energy, we become magnets for our desires. We align ourselves with the frequency of abundance, allowing good things to flow effortlessly into our experience. We open ourselves to synchronicities, to those seemingly coincidental events that guide us towards our highest good. This is not to say that we should suppress our emotions or pretend that we don't care about outcomes. Emotions are a vital part of the human experience, and it's healthy to feel them fully. But detachment is about recognizing that our emotions are energy in motion, and that by consciously choosing our thoughts and beliefs, we can influence the energetic vibration we emit. Here are a few ways to cultivate a more detached and receptive energy. Mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions in the present moment. By observing our inner landscape without judgment, we can begin to identify and release patterns of clinging and resistance. Gratitude. Focusing on what we're grateful for shifts our energy from lack to abundance, creating a positive vibration that attracts more good things into our lives. Forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and anger creates a dense, negative energy. Forgiveness, on the other hand, liberates us from the past, allowing our energy to flow freely. Self-love. When we truly love and accept ourselves, we create a strong foundation of inner security. This allows us to release the need for external validation and approval, freeing us from the grip of attachment. A connection to nature. Spending time in nature helps us reconnect with the natural rhythms of the universe. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, and that surrender to the flow of life is not a weakness, but a source of profound strength. The energetics of letting go are not just some woo-woo concept. They are grounded in the fundamental principles of quantum physics. Our thoughts and emotions literally influence the fabric of reality. By cultivating a detached and receptive energy, we become conscious creators of our own experience. So take a moment to tune into your own energetic state. Are you clinging tightly to outcomes, creating resistance and blockage? Or are you flowing with the current of life, allowing abundance to flow effortlessly into your experience? By understanding the energetics of letting go, you can consciously choose to align yourself with the frequency of your desires, creating a life of greater joy, fulfillment, and effortless manifestation. Chapter 6. Surrender as a superpower. Surrender. The very word might make you bristle. It conjures up images of weakness, of waving a white flag, of relinquishing control and admitting defeat. But what if I told you that surrender, in the context of the detachment paradox, is not an act of weakness, but a source of profound strength? What if it's the key to unlocking a life of greater ease, flow, and fulfillment? We're conditioned to believe that control is power. We strive to dictate our circumstances, to bend the world to our will, to orchestrate every detail of our lives. But this relentless pursuit of control often leaves us feeling exhausted, frustrated, and ultimately powerless. It's like trying to swim upstream against a raging current. You might make some progress, but it's an exhausting and ultimately futile endeavor. Surrender, on the other hand, is like turning your body downstream and allowing the current to carry you. It doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of life, working with the current instead of against it. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan, even if you can't see the whole picture. Think of a tree bending in a strong wind. It doesn't resist the force of the gale, rigidly holding its ground until it snaps. Instead, it sways and bends, adapting to the changing conditions, allowing the wind to pass through its branches. This flexibility, this willingness to yield, is what allows the tree to survive the storm. Similarly, when we surrender to the flow of life, we become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of navigating the inevitable challenges that come our way. We release the need to control every outcome, allowing ourselves to be guided by a wisdom greater than our own. Surrender is not about giving up on your dreams or resigning yourself to mediocrity. It's about releasing the grip of fear and expectation, allowing yourself to be carried by the current of life towards your highest good. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan for you, a plan that is far more magnificent than anything you could have imagined on your own. This shift in perspective can be transformative. It can free you from the anxiety and stress that come with trying to force things to be a certain way. It can open you up to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new ways of being that you never could have envisioned when your mind was fixated on a single outcome. Here are a few ways to cultivate the superpower of surrender. Acknowledge your limitations. Recognize that you don't have control over everything. There are forces at play in the universe far beyond your comprehension. Accepting this truth can be incredibly liberating. Trust the timing of the universe. Release the need to know how and when things will unfold. Trust that the universe has a plan and that your desires will manifest in the perfect timing. Let go of expectations. Expectations are premeditated resentments. When you release your attachment to specific outcomes, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities that you couldn't have imagined. Embrace uncertainty. Life is inherently unpredictable. Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace it as an adventure, a journey of discovery. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your inner compass, guiding you towards your highest good. Learn to trust its whispers, even when they lead you in unexpected directions. Surrender is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. It's about cultivating a mindset of trust, flexibility, and openness to the unfolding of life. It's about recognizing that you are part of something larger than yourself, a cosmic dance of creation and evolution. And as you learn to surrender to this dance, as you release the illusion of control and embrace the flow of life, you'll discover a power far greater than anything you could have achieved through force or manipulation. Chapter 7. Befriending uncertainty. We humans, we crave certainty. We want to know what's around the corner, what tomorrow will bring, what the ending of the movie will be, even though we know we shouldn't peek. We map out our lives, 5-year plans, 10-year plans, retirement plans, as if we can somehow orchestrate the future with spreadsheets and to-do lists. But life, as we all know, has a mischievous way of laughing in the face of our plans. Uncertainty is woven into the very fabric of existence. It's the unpredictable weather that throws a wrench in your picnic, the unexpected job loss that forces a career change, the chance encounter that leads to lifelong love. It's the wild card in the deck of life, the element of surprise that keeps us on our toes. And yet we tend to treat uncertainty as the enemy. We fear it, resist it, try to outrun it with our carefully constructed plans and safety nets. But what if, instead of fearing uncertainty, we embraced it? What if we befriended the unknown, recognizing it not as a threat, but as an invitation to adventure, to growth, to a life lived fully in the present moment? Think of a tightrope walker. They walk a thin line between control and surrender, between calculated risk and blind faith. They can't control the wind that might buffet them, the rope that might sway beneath their feet. But they trust their training, their balance, their ability to adapt to the ever-changing conditions. They embrace the uncertainty, the inherent risk, and in doing so, they create something truly breathtaking. Similarly, when we befriend uncertainty, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities that we couldn't have imagined when our minds were fixated on a single outcome. We become more adaptable, more resilient, more capable of navigating the inevitable twists and turns of life. This doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind and leaping blindly into the abyss. It's about finding a balance between planning and spontaneity, between structure and flexibility. It's about cultivating a mindset that embraces the unknown, not with fear, but with curiosity and a sense of adventure. Here are a few ways to cultivate a more comfortable relationship with uncertainty. Challenge your need for certainty. Start to question your assumptions about how life should be. Recognize that your need for certainty might be holding you back from experiencing the full richness of life. Reframe your perspective. Instead of viewing uncertainty as a threat, see it as an opportunity for growth, for learning, for discovering new aspects of yourself and the world around you. Focus on the present moment. Anxiety often stems from worrying about the future. By bringing your attention to the present moment, you can cultivate a sense of peace and groundedness, even amidst uncertainty. Practice acceptance. Accept that you can't control everything. Surrender to the flow of life, trusting that even in the midst of uncertainty, you are exactly where you need to be. Find joy in the unexpected. Life is full of surprises. Instead of resisting the unexpected, embrace it as an adventure, a chance to step outside your comfort zone and discover new possibilities. Befriending uncertainty is not about becoming reckless or irresponsible. It's about cultivating a mindset of trust, flexibility, and openness to the unfolding of life. It's about recognizing that the most fulfilling experiences often arise from the unexpected, the unplanned, the unknown. So take a deep breath and embrace the wild ride of life. Let go of your need for certainty and open yourself to the adventure that awaits. You might just discover that the most beautiful moments, the most profound growth, and the greatest joys are found not in the predictable, but in the embrace of the unknown. Chapter 8. The Dance of Trust and Intuition. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads, multiple paths stretching out before you, each shrouded in mist and mystery. Logic and reason may offer some guidance, but they can only illuminate so much. This is where trust and intuition step in like seasoned guides, whispering directions and illuminating the way forward. In the realm of detachment, trust is not blind faith or naive optimism. It's a deep-seated knowing, an inner conviction that the universe is benevolent, that life is unfolding in your favor, even when the path ahead seems unclear. It's about releasing the need to control every outcome and surrendering to a wisdom greater than your own. Think of a trapeze artist soaring through the air, launching themselves into the void with complete trust that their partner will be there to catch them. They don't analyze wind speeds or calculate trajectories. They trust their training, their connection, the inherent support that awaits them. Similarly, when we cultivate trust in the universe, we develop an unshakable belief that we are supported, guided, and loved, even in the midst of uncertainty. We learn to let go of the need to micromanage every detail, allowing life to unfold with grace and ease. But trust alone is not enough. it needs a partner, a co-conspirator in this dance of detachment. And that partner is intuition. Intuition is that inner voice, that gut feeling, that subtle nudge that guides you towards your highest good. It's the whisper of wisdom that arises from deep within, often bypassing the logical mind and speaking directly to your soul. Think of a migrating bird navigating thousands of miles across continents, guided by an innate sense of direction. They don't consult maps or rely on GPS. They trust their internal compass, their instinctive knowing of the way. Similarly, when we learn to listen to our intuition, we tap into a source of guidance that is always available to us. It's the voice of our higher self, whispering directions, offering insights, and nudging us towards the path that aligns with our soul's purpose. The dance of trust and intuition is a delicate balance, a constant interplay between surrender and action. It's about trusting the universe to provide while also taking inspired action towards your goals. It's about listening to your inner guidance while also remaining open to the unexpected twists and turns of life. Here are a few ways to cultivate this dynamic duo. Quiet the mind. In our noisy world, it can be difficult to hear the whispers of intuition. Create space for stillness, for quiet reflection, for connecting with your inner wisdom. Pay attention to your gut feelings. Those subtle sensations, those instinctive reactions, are often your intuition trying to communicate. Learn to recognize and trust these signals. Follow your joy. Joy is a powerful indicator that you're on the right path. Pay attention to the activities, people, and situations that light you up, and follow those sparks of joy. Take inspired action. Intuition often speaks through inspired action. Those moments when you feel a clear urge to do something, even if it doesn't make logical sense. Trust these impulses and take the leap. Reflect on your experiences. Look back on your life and notice the times when you followed your intuition and when you ignored it. What were the results? This reflection can help you build trust in your inner guidance. The dance of trust and intuition is a lifelong practice, a continuous refinement of your inner compass. It's about learning to discern the subtle whispers of your soul amidst the noise of the world. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, while also taking inspired action towards your dreams. And as you cultivate this dynamic duo, as you learn to trust the universe and listen to your intuition, you'll discover a profound sense of alignment, a deep knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, moving in perfect harmony with the rhythm of your soul. Chapter 9. From Wanting to Being, a Mindset Shift. Imagine two people standing before a magnificent oak tree. The first person, consumed by wanting, sees only what they lack. They yearn for the shade the tree provides, the acorns it bears, the sturdy branches they could climb. Their focus is on acquiring, possessing, taking. The second person, rooted in being, simply experiences the tree in its fullness. They appreciate its majestic presence, the intricate patterns of its bark, the rustling of its leaves in the wind. Their focus is on appreciating, connecting, and simply being present. This, in essence, illustrates the profound shift in mindset that lies at the heart of detachment and manifestation. It's about moving from a state of lack and longing, wanting to a state of wholeness and presence being. When we're trapped in the wanting mindset, our energy is focused on what we don't have. We're consumed by thoughts of if only, when I get, or I need. This creates a vibration of lack, which paradoxically repels the very things we desire. It's like trying to attract a butterfly by chasing it with a net. The more you pursue, the further it flies away. The being mindset, on the other hand, is rooted in a deep sense of inner wholeness. It's about recognizing that you are already complete, already worthy, already abundant, regardless of external circumstances. It's about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you already possess, your talents, your strengths, your unique gifts, the love that surrounds you, the beauty that exists in every moment. This shift in perspective is not about denying your desires or pretending that you don't want certain things. It's about approaching your desires from a place of wholeness rather than lack. It's about embodying the feeling of already having what you want, even before it manifests in the physical realm. Think of an actor preparing for a role. They don't just memorize lines, they embody the character, inhabiting their emotions, their motivations, their very essence. They become the character, even before stepping onto the stage. Similarly, when you adopt the being mindset, you step into the role of the person who already has what they desire. You cultivate the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs of that person. You radiate the energy of abundance, of fulfillment, of joy. And in doing so, you create a powerful magnetic field that attracts your desires into your reality. Here are a few ways to cultivate the being mindset. Practice gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for shifts your energy from lack to abundance, reinforcing the belief that you are already blessed. Cultivate self-love. Embrace your strengths, your quirks, your imperfections. Recognize that you are worthy of love and abundance simply because you exist. Visualize your desired state. Imagine yourself already living the life you desire. Feel the emotions, embody the thoughts, and radiate the energy of that reality. Affirm your worthiness. Use affirmations to reinforce the belief that you are deserving of your desires. Repeat phrases like "I am worthy of abundance," "I am capable of achieving my dreams," or "I am open to receiving all the good that the universe has to offer." Live in the present moment. The present moment is all we truly have. By focusing on the here and now, you cultivate a sense of presence and wholeness, releasing the grip of past regrets or future anxieties. The shift from wanting to being is a profound transformation, a journey from lack to abundance, from fear to faith, from striving to surrender. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment lies not in acquiring more, but in appreciating what you already have, in embodying the essence of your desires, and in trusting that the universe will deliver in its own perfect timing. So let go of the wanting mindset and step into the power of being. Embrace your wholeness, cultivate gratitude, and radiate the energy of abundance. As you do, you'll discover that the life you desire is not something you need to chase, but something you already possess within. Chapter 10. Gratitude, the Abundance Amplifier. Imagine a child receiving a gift. Their eyes light up, a smile spreads across their face, and they express their thanks with heartfelt enthusiasm. This simple act of gratitude creates a ripple effect, warming the hearts of both the giver and the receiver. It strengthens their bond, fosters generosity, and leaves both feeling a little bit brighter. This, in essence, is the power of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just good manners. It's an energetic force, a vibration of appreciation that amplifies abundance and attracts more good things into our lives. It's a recognition of the blessings that surround us, both big and small, and an acknowledgement of the interconnectedness of all things. When we focus on what we lack, when we dwell on our problems and shortcomings, we create a vibration of scarcity. This energy acts like a repellent, pushing away the very things we desire. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. No matter how much you pour in, it always seems to drain away. But when we cultivate gratitude, when we shift our focus to the abundance that already exists in our lives, we plug those leaks and create a vessel that can hold even more blessings. It's like transforming that leaky bucket into a bottomless well, constantly replenished by the flow of gratitude. Think of a garden. If you focus solely on the weeds, the pests, and the imperfections, you'll likely miss the beauty of the blooming flowers, the vibrant colors, the buzzing bees collecting pollen. But when you cultivate gratitude for the healthy plants, the fertile soil, the life-giving sunshine, you create an environment where everything thrives. Similarly, when we cultivate gratitude in our own lives, we create fertile ground for abundance to flourish. We attract more positive experiences, deeper connections, and greater opportunities. We open ourselves to the flow of good things, allowing them to effortlessly enter our reality. Gratitude is not about ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the good amidst the difficult, the light amidst the darkness. It's about finding the silver lining in every cloud, the hidden blessings in every experience. Here are a few ways to cultivate gratitude as an abundance amplifier. Keep a gratitude journal. Take a few minutes each day to write down the things you're grateful for. This simple practice helps shift your focus to the positive and reinforces the feeling of abundance. Express your appreciation. Tell the people in your life how much you appreciate them. Express your gratitude for their kindness, their support, their presence in your life. Appreciate the small things. Notice the beauty in everyday moments, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the taste of your favorite meal, the sound of laughter, the kindness of a stranger. Find gratitude in challenges. Even in difficult times, there are always things to be grateful for. Perhaps a challenge taught you a valuable lesson, strengthened your resilience, or brought you closer to someone you love. Cultivate a grateful mindset. Make gratitude a way of life. Approach each day with an attitude of appreciation, noticing the abundance that surrounds you in every moment. Gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion. It's a practice, a habit, a way of being. It's a conscious choice to focus on the good, to appreciate the blessings, to acknowledge the interconnectedness of all things. And as you cultivate gratitude as an abundance amplifier, you'll discover that the more you appreciate what you have, the more you'll have to appreciate. You'll attract more positive experiences, deeper connections, and greater opportunities. You'll open yourself to the flow of abundance, allowing it to effortlessly fill your life with joy, love, and fulfillment. Chapter 11. Inspired Action, the Sweet Spot of Doing. Imagine a musician feeling the rhythm pulse through their veins, their fingers dancing across the keys, the melody flowing effortlessly from their soul. Or a painter lost in a whirlwind of color and texture, the brushstrokes guided by an unseen force, the canvas coming alive with vibrant expression. This, in essence, is inspired action, a harmonious blend of intention, intuition, and effortless flow. In the realm of detachment, action is not about frantic striving, forceful pushing, or desperate grasping. It's not about checking things off a to-do list or rigidly adhering to a predetermined plan. It's about aligning yourself with the current of life, allowing your actions to be guided by a deeper wisdom, a subtle knowing that transcends the logical mind. Think of a surfer paddling out to catch a wave. They don't fight against the current, struggling to reach the perfect spot. They observe the rhythm of the ocean, feel the energy of the waves, and position themselves to catch the perfect ride. Their actions are a dance with the elements, a harmonious blend of effort and surrender. Similarly, inspired action is about finding that sweet spot between doing and allowing, between effort and ease. It's about setting clear intentions, taking purposeful steps towards your goals, and then releasing the need to control the outcome, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in its own magnificent way. This doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for miracles to fall from the sky. Detachment is not passivity. It's about taking action that is aligned with your soul's purpose, guided by your intuition, and infused with a sense of joy and flow. Here are a few ways to cultivate inspired action. Connect with your inner guidance, quiet the noise of the world, and listen to the whispers of your intuition. What feels aligned with your soul's purpose? What actions bring you a sense of joy and fulfillment? Set clear intentions. Define your goals with clarity and focus. What do you truly desire to create in your life? What steps can you take to move towards those desires? Release the need to control. Once you've set your intentions and taken action, surrender to the timing of the universe. Trust that the right opportunities will appear at the right time. Stay open to possibilities. Inspired action often involves unexpected detours and serendipitous encounters. Be open to adjusting your course, following the breadcrumbs that life lays before you. Find the flow. When you're engaged in inspired action, you'll often experience a state of flow, where time seems to dissolve and you're completely immersed in the present moment. Embrace this flow, allowing it to guide your actions. Inspired action is not about forcing, striving, or pushing. It's about aligning yourself with the natural rhythm of life, allowing your actions to be guided by a deeper wisdom. It's about finding that sweet spot where effortlessness meets purpose, where surrender meets creation. Think of a gardener tending to their plants. They water, weed, and fertilize, but they also trust the natural process of growth. They understand that they can't force a flower to bloom or a fruit to ripen. They provide the right conditions and then surrender to the timing of nature. Similarly, when we engage in inspired action, we create the fertile ground for our desires to manifest. We nurture our intentions with purposeful action, and then we release the need to control the outcome, trusting that the universe will deliver in its own perfect timing. So let go of the need to force, to strive, to push. Connect with your inner guidance, set clear intentions, and take inspired action. Embrace the flow, trust the process, and watch as your dreams unfold with grace and ease. Chapter 12. Releasing Expectations, Embracing Surprise. We humans are expert weavers of expectations. We craft intricate tapestries of how life should unfold, from the perfect career path to the ideal romantic relationship, to the precise timing of our dreams manifesting. We cling to these expectations like a security blanket, believing they offer a sense of control and predictability in a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain. But here's the catch: expectations are often premeditated resentments. When life inevitably deviates from our carefully crafted script, when reality refuses to conform to our expectations, we feel disappointment, frustration, even anger. We resist the natural flow of life, clinging to our preconceived notions of how things should be. Think of a child building a sandcastle on the beach. They meticulously sculpt towers and moats, envisioning a magnificent fortress that will withstand the crashing waves. But the tide, indifferent to the child's expectations, rolls in and washes away their creation. The child, clinging to their vision, feels a surge of disappointment, perhaps even anger. Similarly, when we cling tightly to our expectations, we set ourselves up for disappointment. We become so focused on our preconceived notions of how things should be that we miss the beauty and wonder of how things actually are. We resist the unexpected detours, the surprising twists, the serendipitous encounters that make life so rich and unpredictable. Releasing expectations is not about abandoning your goals or becoming indifferent to outcomes. It's about creating space for possibility, for serendipity, for the magic of the unexpected. It's about recognizing that the universe often has a plan far grander than our limited imaginations. Think of a traveler setting off on an adventure. They may have a general itinerary, a rough idea of the places they want to visit, but they remain open to spontaneous detours, unexpected encounters, and serendipitous discoveries. They embrace the unknown, knowing that the most memorable experiences often arise from the unplanned moments. Similarly, when we release our expectations, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities that we couldn't have imagined when our minds were fixated on a single outcome. We become more receptive to synchronicities, to those seemingly coincidental events that guide us towards our highest good. We allow life to surprise us, to delight us, to lead us on adventures that far exceed our wildest dreams. Here are a few ways to release expectations and embrace surprise. Challenge your assumptions. Question your beliefs about how life should be. Where did these expectations originate? Are they serving you, or are they holding you back from experiencing the full richness of life? Practice acceptance. Accept that you can't control everything. Surrender to the flow of life, trusting that even when things don't go according to plan, there is a greater wisdom at play. Cultivate curiosity. Approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Be open to new experiences, new perspectives, new possibilities. Find joy in the unexpected. Embrace the detours, the surprises, the unexpected twists and turns that make life so interesting. See them as opportunities for growth, for adventure, for discovering new aspects of yourself and the world around you. Celebrate the journey. Don't get so fixated on the destination that you forget to enjoy the journey. Savor each moment, appreciate the small victories, and find gratitude for the lessons learned along the way. Releasing expectations is not about giving up on your dreams. It's about creating space for them to manifest in ways you couldn't have imagined. It's about trusting that the universe has a plan, even if it doesn't always align with your initial vision. It's about embracing the unexpected, the surprising, the serendipitous moments that make life so magical. So let go of your expectations and open your arms to surprise. Allow life to unfold in its own unique way, trusting that the journey will be far more rewarding than you could have ever planned. Chapter 13. The Joy of the Unknown, a Grand Adventure. We cling to maps, don't we? Road maps, career maps, relationship maps, those carefully charted routes that promise to lead us to our desired destinations. But what if the most exhilarating journeys, the most transformative experiences, lie not on the well-trodden paths, but in the uncharted territories of the unknown? Think of the early explorers setting sail across vast oceans, their maps marked with "Here be dragons" and blank spaces hinting at undiscovered lands. They faced storms, treacherous currents, and the fear of the unknown, yet they ventured forth, driven by a thirst for adventure. A curiosity that burned brighter than any fear. Life, in its essence, is a grand adventure. It's a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns, surprising detours and breathtaking vistas that we could never have anticipated. And the more we cling to our maps, to our preconceived notions of how life should unfold, the more we limit our capacity for wonder, for discovery, for the sheer joy of the unknown. Embracing the unknown is not about reckless abandon or blind faith. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, of openness, of willingness to step outside our comfort zones and explore the uncharted territories of our lives. It's about recognizing that the most rewarding experiences often arise from the unexpected, the unplanned, the moments that take our breath away and redefine our understanding of what's possible. Think of a hiker venturing off the beaten path, drawn by the allure of a hidden waterfall or a panoramic vista. They may encounter challenges along the way, overgrown trails, unexpected obstacles, moments of doubt and uncertainty. But the thrill of discovery, the sense of awe and wonder, makes the journey worthwhile. Similarly, when we embrace the unknown in our own lives, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities that we couldn't have imagined when our minds were fixated on a single outcome. We discover hidden strengths, untapped talents, and new passions that ignite our souls. We encounter people and experiences that challenge our perspectives and expand our horizons. Here are a few ways to cultivate the joy of the unknown. Challenge your fear. Fear of the unknown is a natural human response. But it doesn't have to hold you back. Acknowledge your fear, then take a deep breath and step forward anyway. You might be surprised by your own courage and resilience. Cultivate curiosity. Approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Ask questions, explore new ideas, seek out experiences that challenge your assumptions and expand your horizons. Embrace spontaneity. Break free from rigid routines and embrace spontaneity. Say yes to unexpected invitations. Take a different route to work. Try something new just for the fun of it. Find comfort in discomfort. Stepping outside your comfort zone can be uncomfortable, even unsettling. But it's often in those moments of discomfort that we grow the most. Trust the process. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Embrace the journey, knowing that the universe is guiding you towards your highest good. Embracing the unknown is not about abandoning all sense of direction or purpose. It's about finding a balance between planning and spontaneity, between structure and flexibility. It's about recognizing that life is a dynamic dance, a constant interplay between the known and the unknown. So let go of your need for certainty and embrace the adventure that awaits. Step off the well-trodden paths, explore the uncharted territories, and discover the joy of the unknown. You might just find that the most exhilarating experiences, the most profound growth, and the greatest joys lie not in the predictable, but in the embrace of the unexpected. Chapter 14. Receiving with Grace. Opening to Abundance. Imagine a child with outstretched hands, eagerly awaiting a birthday present. Their eyes sparkle with anticipation, their smile radiates pure joy, and their whole being is open to receiving the gift with gratitude and delight. This, in essence, is the art of receiving with grace. In the realm of detachment, receiving is not a passive act of taking or acquiring. It's an active participation in the flow of abundance, a conscious opening to the gifts that the universe has to offer. It's about recognizing your own worthiness, releasing any resistance or blockage, and allowing yourself to be filled with joy, love, and all the good that life has in store. Think of a flower opening its petals to the warmth of the sun, absorbing the life-giving rays with gratitude and grace. It doesn't question its worthiness or resist the abundance that surrounds it. It simply opens, receives, and blossoms in its full glory. Similarly, when we learn to receive with grace, we open ourselves to the infinite abundance of the universe. We allow ourselves to be nourished, supported, and loved. We attract opportunities, synchronicities, and blessings that align with our soul's purpose. But receiving with grace is not always easy. Many of us carry deep-seated beliefs about our own worthiness, often rooted in past experiences or societal conditioning. We may feel undeserving of good things, or we may fear that receiving will somehow diminish others or create an obligation. These limiting beliefs can create blockages, preventing us from fully opening to the flow of abundance. It's like trying to fill a cup with a lid on it. No matter how much you pour, it can't receive the liquid. Releasing these blockages requires a shift in perspective, a recognition that you are inherently worthy of receiving all the good that life has to offer. It's about cultivating self-love, embracing your strengths and imperfections, and recognizing that your worth is not determined by external achievements or possessions. Here are a few ways to cultivate the art of receiving with grace. Acknowledge your worthiness. Recognize that you are deserving of love, abundance, and joy simply because you exist. Release any limiting beliefs that tell you otherwise. Practice gratitude. Express gratitude for the blessings in your life, both big and small. This cultivates an attitude of appreciation and opens you to receiving even more. Release resistance. Identify any fears or beliefs that may be blocking you from receiving. Are you afraid of being indebted to others? Do you feel unworthy of good things? Gently release these blockages and allow yourself to receive with an open heart. Embrace the joy of receiving. Allow yourself to feel the joy, the gratitude, the delight of receiving gifts, compliments, and opportunities. Don't downplay your accomplishments or shy away from praise. Give freely. The flow of abundance is a two-way street. When you give freely, without expectation of return, you open yourself to receiving even more. Receiving with grace is not about greed or entitlement. It's about recognizing your inherent worthiness and allowing yourself to be filled with the abundance that the universe has to offer. It's about participating in the flow of giving and receiving, creating a cycle of generosity and gratitude. So open your arms, your heart, and your mind to the gifts that life presents. Receive with grace, with gratitude, with a sense of wonder and delight. As you do, you'll discover that the more you open to receiving, the more abundance will flow into your life. Chapter 15. Detachment in Relationships. Relationships. Those intricate tapestries woven with threads of love, loyalty, passion, and let's face it, a healthy dose of challenge. We yearn for connection, for belonging, for the deep sense of intimacy that comes from sharing our lives with others. But often, our relationships become battlegrounds for control, expectation, and the inevitable clash of individual wills. This is where detachment, that seemingly paradoxical concept of letting go, becomes a powerful tool for creating healthier, more fulfilling relationships. It's not about becoming emotionally distant or indifferent to the needs of our loved ones. It's about releasing the need to control, to change, to mold others into our idealized image of who they should be. Think of a gardener tending to a diverse array of flowers. They understand that each flower has its own unique needs, its own growth cycle, its own beauty to express. They don't try to force a rose to become a lily or a sunflower to bloom in the shade. They nurture each plant according to its individual nature, allowing it to flourish in its own way. Similarly, detachment in relationships is about honoring the individuality of our loved ones. It's about recognizing that each person has their own path to walk, their own lessons to learn, their own unique way of expressing love and connection. It's about releasing the need to control their choices, their behaviors, or their growth trajectory. This doesn't mean abandoning your own needs or becoming a doormat. Healthy detachment involves setting clear boundaries, communicating your needs assertively, and respecting your own limits. It's about finding a balance between supporting your loved ones and honoring your own individuality. One of the biggest challenges in relationships is the tendency to project our own unmet needs and expectations onto our partners, friends, and family members. We may unconsciously seek to fulfill our own emotional voids through others, leading to codependency, resentment, and disappointment. Detachment helps us break free from these unhealthy patterns. It encourages us to take responsibility for our own emotional well-being, to cultivate self-love, and to seek fulfillment from within rather than relying on others to complete us. Think of two dancers moving together in perfect harmony. They each have their own individual steps, their own unique style, yet they move together with grace and fluidity, creating a beautiful synergy. They don't try to control each other's movements or force a particular rhythm. They trust the flow, allowing the dance to unfold organically. Similarly, detachment in relationships allows for greater freedom, authenticity, and joy. It creates space for each person to express their true selves, to grow and evolve without feeling constrained by the expectations of others. It fosters mutual respect, understanding, and a deeper connection based on acceptance and love. Here are a few ways to cultivate detachment in your relationships. Practice acceptance. Accept your loved ones for who they are, flaws and all. Release the need to change them or mold them into your idealized image. Honor their individuality. Recognize that each person has their own path to walk, their own lessons to learn, their own unique way of expressing love. Set healthy boundaries. Communicate your needs clearly and assertively. Respect your own limits and don't be afraid to say no when necessary. Cultivate self-love. Take responsibility for your own emotional well-being. Seek fulfillment from within rather than relying on others to complete you. Practice forgiveness. Holding on to resentment and grudges creates emotional distance and blocks the flow of love. Forgive freely, both yourself and others. Detachment in relationships is not about emotional detachment or indifference. It's about creating space for love to flourish, for individuals to grow, and for connections to deepen. It's about releasing the need to control and embracing the beauty of authentic connection. So let go of your expectations, your need for control, and your projections. Embrace the individuality of your loved ones. Honor their journey, and allow your relationships to unfold with grace, freedom, and a deep sense of mutual respect. As you do, you'll discover that the most fulfilling relationships are those built on a foundation of detachment and love. Chapter 16. Detachment and Purpose. Imagine a ship setting sail without a destination. It might drift aimlessly, tossed about by the whims of the wind and currents, never truly fulfilling its potential. But a ship with a clear purpose, a guiding star to navigate by, can brave the storms and navigate the vast oceans, reaching its intended harbor with confidence and grace. Similarly, in the grand voyage of life, purpose acts as our compass, guiding us through the choppy waters of uncertainty, the tempting sirens of distraction, and the occasional doldrums of stagnation. It provides a sense of direction, a reason for being, a driving force that fuels our passions and inspires our actions. But here's where detachment enters the equation. While purpose provides the direction, detachment provides the freedom to navigate the journey with grace and ease. It allows us to release our rigid grip on how our purpose should. manifest, opening us to unexpected detours, serendipitous encounters, and opportunities that align with our soul's calling. Think of a river flowing towards the ocean. It follows a natural course, carving its path through the landscape, yet it adapts to the terrain, flowing around obstacles, merging with tributaries, and ultimately reaching its destination. It doesn't fight against the natural contours of the land, it flows with them, finding the path of least resistance. Similarly, when we approach our purpose with detachment, we allow ourselves to be guided by the currents of life. We release the need to force a specific outcome, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in its own magnificent way. We remain open to new possibilities, new perspectives, and new paths that may lead us to an even greater fulfillment of our purpose. This doesn't mean abandoning our dreams or becoming passive observers in the unfolding of our lives. Detachment is not about giving up, it's about showing up fully, with passion and purpose, while simultaneously releasing the need to control the outcome. It's about trusting the journey, embracing the unknown, and allowing our purpose to unfold organically. One of the biggest obstacles to fulfilling our purpose is the tendency to cling to limiting beliefs and societal expectations. We may internalize messages about what we should be doing, who we should be, and how our lives should look. These expectations can stifle our creativity, dim our passions, and lead us down paths that don't truly resonate with our souls. Detachment helps us break free from these limiting beliefs. It encourages us to question our assumptions, to challenge societal norms, and to listen to the whispers of our own hearts. It empowers us to define our own purpose, to create a life that aligns with our values and passions, and to pursue our dreams with authenticity and courage. Here are a few ways to cultivate detachment in relation to your purpose. Connect with your inner wisdom. Spend time in quiet reflection, listening to the whispers of your soul. What truly lights you up? What activities bring you a sense of joy and fulfillment? What impact do you want to make in the world? Challenge limiting beliefs. Identify any beliefs that may be holding you back from pursuing your purpose. Are you afraid of failure? Do you feel unworthy of success? Gently release these beliefs and embrace your full potential. Release expectations. Let go of any preconceived notions about how your purpose should manifest. Be open to unexpected detours, serendipitous encounters, and opportunities that may lead you in new and exciting directions. Embrace the journey. Don't get so fixated on the destination that you forget to enjoy the journey. Savor each step, celebrate the small victories, and find gratitude for the lessons learned along the way. Trust the process, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Embrace the unknown, knowing that the universe is guiding you towards the fulfillment of your soul's purpose. Detachment and purpose are not opposing forces. They are complementary partners in the dance of life. Purpose provides the direction, the guiding star, while detachment provides the freedom, the flexibility, and the trust to navigate the journey with grace and ease. So, embrace your purpose with passion and clarity, while simultaneously releasing the need to control the outcome. Trust the process, follow your heart, and allow the universe to orchestrate the details in its own magnificent way. As you do, you'll discover that the most fulfilling life is one lived in alignment with your soul's calling, guided by purpose and empowered by detachment. Chapter 17. The Detached Path to a Fulfilling Life. As we reach the end of this exploration into the detachment paradox, it's time to reflect on the transformative journey we've undertaken. We've delved into the depths of attachment, unraveling its intricate grip on our desires, our fears, and our very sense of self. We've challenged the illusion of control, embraced the uncertainty of life, and discovered the power of surrender. We've learned to trust the universe, listen to our intuition, and cultivate gratitude as an abundance amplifier. But most importantly, we've begun to glimpse a new way of being, a path towards a more fulfilling life, paved with the paradoxical stones of detachment. This path is not about giving up on our dreams or resigning ourselves to a life of quiet resignation. It's not about denying our desires or suppressing our emotions. Quite the contrary. The detached path is an invitation to live more fully, more passionately, more authentically. It's about embracing the full spectrum of human experience, with all its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and challenges, its moments of stillness and its bursts of creative expression. It's a path that calls us to release the tight grip of control, to surrender to the flow of life, and to trust in the wisdom of the universe. It's a path that encourages us to cultivate self-love, to honor our individuality, and to connect with our deepest purpose. And as we walk this path, we begin to experience a profound shift in our relationship with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. We discover a sense of inner peace that transcends the chaos of daily life. We cultivate resilience in the face of challenges, knowing that we have the inner strength to navigate the inevitable storms. We open ourselves to a world of possibilities, embracing the unexpected detours and serendipitous encounters that make life so rich and unpredictable. The detached path is not a destination, it's an ongoing journey of self-discovery, growth, and transformation. It's a continuous practice of letting go, of surrendering to the present moment, of trusting in the unfolding of life. And as we continue on this journey, we begin to reap the rewards of detachment. Greater inner peace. When we release the need to control, we create space for stillness, for serenity, for a deep sense of connection to the present moment. Increased resilience. Detachment allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength, knowing that we have the inner resources to adapt and thrive, no matter what comes our way. Enhanced creativity. When we're not fixated on a specific outcome, our minds become more open to new possibilities, new ideas, and new ways of being. Deeper connections. Detachment in relationships allows for greater authenticity, vulnerability, and intimacy. We create space for deeper, more meaningful connections based on mutual respect and acceptance. Effortless manifestation. Paradoxically, when we release our attachment to outcomes, we create the fertile ground for our desires to manifest with greater ease and grace. The detached path is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a personal journey unique to each individual. It's about finding your own rhythm, your own balance between effort and surrender, between intention and allowing. But the rewards of this journey are universal. They are the rewards of a life lived in alignment with your soul's purpose, guided by intuition, and fueled by a deep trust in the universe. So as you step forward on this path, remember these key principles. Embrace the present moment. The present moment is all we truly have. By cultivating presence, we release the grip of the past and the anxieties of the future. Cultivate self-love. Recognize your inherent worthiness. Embrace your strengths, your imperfections, and your unique gifts. Trust the universe. Surrender to the flow of life, knowing that you are guided and supported, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your inner compass, guiding you towards your highest good. Learn to trust its whispers. Express gratitude. Gratitude amplifies abundance and attracts more good things into your life. Focus on what you have, not on what you lack. The detached path is an invitation to a life of greater freedom, joy, and fulfillment. It's a journey of self-discovery, of releasing limitations, and of embracing the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. So step forward with courage, with curiosity, and with an open heart. Embrace the unknown, trust the process, and allow the magic of detachment to unfold in your life. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have an amazing day. I would be really grateful if you could share and comment. Until we cross paths again.